offer, so I just said it.
I'm sorry?
She refused.
Okay, that's fine. I'll do the plea in just a minute.
From the very beginning, the exchange in the courtroom sets a serious tone. The judge makes expectations clear right away. When prison is mentioned this early in a hearing, it serves as a warning, not only to the defendant but to everyone present.
How old are you, Mr. Jubert? 18 was the last time you smoked dope. What? Last week. What made you think that was a good idea with 2 felonies pending to come be smoking marijuana? You don't know? And you're not working? Obviously you know that's a violation, number 1, of the law and of your bond conditions, right? Speak up. How do you think you're going to get a job if you're smoking marijuana? What? You quit last week? Wow, congratulations. You realize how ridiculous that sounds to say I quit last week?
That the situation is being taken very seriously, the judge then asks about everyday stability, employment, identification, and daily responsibilities. These questions may seem simple, but they help the court measure reliability and responsibility. Judges often rely on this information to decide whether someone is likely to follow release conditions. Tension increases when drug use is discussed.
Mr. Jubert, I'm going to find today that obviously that is a violation of your bond conditions in each of your cases. I'm going to raise the bond in each of your case because of that violation. Let me see what they were previously at. Positive for THC, and so obviously sometime within the last 30 days or so he's used marijuana, because typically that's how long, which means that he used marijuana after he pled guilty on a felony. He pled to an enhanced second degree. I've got pages of criminal history here.
Using drugs while charges are still pending is not viewed as a personal matter in court. It is considered a violation of bond conditions. Since bond is based on trust, breaking those rules can quickly damage the defendant's standing with the judge. The statement, "I quit last week," highlights an important legal reality.
And you would think, Mr. Spites, that based on what Ms. Hawkins is telling me about your family situation and your children, that you would be able to figure this out on your own and stay clean so that you didn't, number 1, go to prison. I don't even have to accept this plea agreement. I mean, you've got 3 prior convictions, a state jail felony from 2019, from 2019, credit debit card abuse from 2021, and then an unlawful possession of a firearm in 22. None of those cases did you receive probation, which is probably why Ms. Malfino made that offer to try to get you on the right track, and Ms. Hawkins did a great job of getting you a probation offer.
Outside the courtroom, it may sound like improvement. Inside court, it can suggest the behavior continued until very recently. Timing plays a major role, and even small details can influence whether someone keeps their freedom or is taken into custody.
On your case, or cases.
If I may,
Yeah.
part of the reasoning behind that offer that Ms. Hawkins and I discussed was that jurisdictional type issue that she addressed with the court, and also the fact that there ended up being no restitution that's owed to any individual.
Finally, the hearing moves into a more serious stage as the judge reviews the defendant's criminal history on the record. Each prior conviction adds weight to the decision being made, shaping how the judge views risk, accountability, and the appropriate outcome.
Okay, and I appreciate that argument that Ms. Hawkins made, but it's also important, and I would hope that other judges in other counties would find it just as important. And cause number 25, DCCR 1130, I'm going to raise your bond to $15,000. And I'll go over conditions of both of the bonds in just a minute. And then in cause number 25, DCCR 1131, going to raise your bond in that case also to $15,000. Condition, if you make the bonds in both of those cases, is that you have to have a drug patch on at all times. You have 24 hours from the time you make a bond to get a drug patch put on. A drug patch is something that goes on your arm. Your bondsman can tell you where to get them. You have to have them changed every 2 weeks. If they test positive, then obviously I'll know you're still using marijuana and you haven't actually quit. You're going to go right back into jail with much higher bonds. I would anticipate if you make these bonds quickly that the first patch might be positive, but the patches are going to show me an amount, not just a positive or a negative. So if that amount is not going down, then I'm going to assume also that you're still using. Do you understand? All right, go back with the bailiff.